When you're driving the back roads, you probably see nature and beauty.
But we see deals.
Oh, wow, this is amazing. I'm Marty Gable, and I've been in the antiques business for more than 15 years.
They call me Bam Bam. I love hunting down mantiques and anything with wheels. Holy moly! It's like we're inside a treasure chest.
Although we may be opposites, we travel together.
Hoping to attract the best in Backroad Bounty.
Hey, sorry.
I was just gonna leave without you, buddy.
You wouldn't.
Oh, one of these days I'm gonna be like, today's the day we leave without Marty.
It's a bit of a wardrobe malfunction.
It never looks good enough for Marty. I run out here, you know that. I'm excited, I'm ready to go, and I'm a real stickler for punctuality, Marty. So we gotta get you on track.
All right, we're on our way, that's all that matters. Hans and Eleanor.
Absolutely.
Massive old farm. We're talking 1800s. It's a big piece of property, and they've got a lot of stuff to sell.
Yeah, I can't wait to get out there and just explore a large farm. And up here, like this is back road.
Well, I looked it up on the map. They're on a dead-end road.
Oh,
So,
well, let's just say I hope it's not a dead end for us.
no.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Bam Bam.
Hello, Eleanor.
Nice
How
to
are
meet you.
Hello, Marty.
Hi, nice to meet you. Hans,
Eleanor,
Bam
nice
Bam.
to meet you.
Marty.
Yes.
This is quite the place. We go on back roads all the time, but this is like the last back dirt road that there is. It stops dead right here. How much property do you guys got out here?
Nearly 300 acres.
Woo,
Yeah.
Nelly.
It's an old settler farm going back to about 1870.
Wow.
Nice.
One family owned it up until the 1990s. They
Pink
raised potatoes and cattle here.
So how long have you guys been out here on this huge plot of land?
15 years now.
15 years.
I detect a bit of an accent. What is that? Is it Jamaican?
It's like an Asian dialect or something. There's some kind of, maybe Australia. You know what I mean? Somewhere warm. I felt like it was warm.
No, not exactly German. I was born and raised in Germany. I was in transport. I had my own trucking company in Germany.
Oh,
and
okay.
all over Europe, and even shipping to North America.
really?
Yeah.
What drove you guys over here to this?
Nature and the outdoors.
Ah, nature calls. You gotta take that one, right?
Yeah,
How do you say antiques or collectibles in German?
Antiquitäten and collectibles.
Antiquitäten und collectible.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I passed.
Antiquiteken und collectibles.
Yeah, Marty and Bam Bam has room for improvement.
Das Hunting Day is good, huh?
Morgen, das ist nice.
What?
And das heute jammen.
Awesome. Well, hey, while we're learning stuff, let's go in and take a look at stuff.
Yeah.
Let's go to the house.
Let's
Let's
go
do
to
it.
the-
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Quite frankly, I don't care where they came from, as long as there's deals here today.
Yeah, if they're speaking the language of us getting stuff on the cheap, we're in.
Okay. Come in, guys.
Let's see what we got here.
Oh, man.
Holy Heineken! Hans!
Don't be
I'm
shy.
scared to touch that wall. Instantly, I'm terrified. I've never seen so many traps, and these aren't little traps. There's traps in there that will take my head clean off. Look at the size of that trap.
Holy smokes.
That's
That's a bear
nuts.
trap.
A little bit of everything.
There's a lot to look at
There's
here.
a lot to look at. I see some right here.
Oh, this guy.
Oh, yes. It used to be common that when men and women socialized, the men would go into one room after dinner, the women would stay in another room.
Yeah.
The men would smoke cigars, pass the ashtrays around, and discuss politics.
With the brass on it, I think it's going to be early 1900s, before the war.
Oh, yes.
This is pretty neat. I've never owned one where you've got
No,
the stand you can just take out,
Yeah, and spread it around the
go
room.
sit on the balcony, wherever you gotta go. This was
Yes.
back when you needed an ashtray for every room in your house. You know, I gotta put the baby to bed. Let me take an ashtray. Shower time, ashtray. It's pretty cool. What are you asking?
I was thinking 90.
90 bucks, eh? Well, are you willing to deal if I make a pile, maybe? Because it looks like there's gonna be a couple things I like.
That sounds reasonable, yes.
All right, perfect.
Yes.
I like it. I'll stand it here and we keep going.
Circus poster?
Yes, that was in South River. I would say 60s, you know.
Well, it's got the 7-digit phone number on it. I'm gonna guess maybe as new as the early 70s. I mean, it's not bad condition. It's got really good subject matter on it. It's just got the one crease where it was folded. How much do you want for this?
20 bucks.
I'll give you 15 for it.
That's okay.
You do that?
I can do
All
that.
right, we got a deal.
We're wheeling and dealing.
Awesome.
Those are 1970 reproductions, I believe, of old circus posters.
Well, the Ringling Brothers, I've seen a lot of them, but because of the subject matter on them, like, they've got the cars going down the track like this and ramping and doing flips and landing again. They got the sideshow gang right across here. We've got 4. They're all different. What do you want out of those?
I was thinking $10 a piece.
How about 4 for $30?
That sounds good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're making deals. Deals were to be had. That was pretty clear. Is that a bear trap?
That's a bear trap.
Oh, nice.
No,
This isn't something I see every day. This is something for bears?
it was used for bears.
It's also, again, part of the history. There were a lot of trappers in this area.
Yeah.
And it's a new house, you know.
Is that a good
It's a
name?
big part of
That
Canada's
is the name
history.
you want to have.
That is it. That I want to have? How much? Let's talk turkey hunts.
500.
Holy crap balls. That's crapping balls. Why is it worth so much? Is it because you can't use them anymore? Is it because they don't make them anymore? What's going on?
They're not made anymore. You know, I have close to 500 bucks in it. That's what I paid.
Really?
Okay.
Wow. As a collector, that's a lot of money to hang on the wall. Don't see a lot of real bear traps with the teeth. And this was name brand. This was a really, really nice one. He seized himself for a lot more. I gotta keep looking. Hey, Marty, do you still buy Coke stuff?
Sometimes.
It's kind of buried. You know what that means? It's gonna be on sale.
I'm digging. Anything vintage Coke is super popular and collectible and can fetch good money.
Oh, that's nice.
Sorry about that.
Oh, Marty, you break it, you buy it.
Hey.
I don't like that policy. The inside looks good.
I think it's from 55 or 54.
I like that there isn't really any rust, and it's got the bottle opener on the side, too. How much do you want for it?
100 bucks.
I'll take it for 80.
Come on, 85 and you have a deal.
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 As far as condition goes, it's probably about an 8 out of 10. And it's hard to find those in that great shape. I'll be extra careful with this one here. We've got a crate full of glass. Looks like you've got some old apothecary bottles here.
They came out of the Bishop's Pharmacy, which closed down.
So if I'm interested, how much per bottle?
I'm asking 15 a piece for those ones.
Okay, we got 4. That's 60. Can we do 50?
For 4?
50 for 4?
50 for 4 is okay.
Yes.
Great. It's a nice oak little index catalog is what it is. It's nice, it's solid oak. It's dovetailed all the way around. It's got solid brass pulls on it. This stuff's really collectible right now. How much do you want for that?
75.
Ouch. Well, it's a little rich for my blood. I'd give you 50 for it.
60.
60 is okay.
I'll give you 60 if you throw in the barber shop patch.
Okay.
Okay.
Deal?
Deal.
Awesome.
Yes.
What do we got down here?
Oh, that's a pilot certificate from World War II. George VI.
From the 19th day of November, 1944. Royal Canadian Air Force. That's a great certificate, and stuff like this usually stays in a family. It's tough for collectors like Marty and I to come across this stuff. Not a ton of value in it, but a great little piece. What are you asking for this?
20.
$20? I'm in.
Okay.
Well, is there anything else in here you want to dig at, or should we go and...
I want to go to the barn.
Let's go to the
Let's
barn.
go to the barn!
Let's go to the barn.
So, with just a yop, skip and a yump, we were off to the barn.
It's a hop, skip, and a yump, you dumbcuff. Here we are. Holy smokes.
Yippee-ki-yay, huh?
More like it.
This barn is 100 years old. You'll notice the huge hand-hewn beams.
Oh, wow.
All right, I'm gonna start in the back corner, buddy, and work my way through.
Do you do any tapping out here?
Our neighbor
Not
does.
with them.
Not with these? Well, Eleanor, what do you want for these? A stack here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
30?
25?
That's good.
All right, 25 for 10 maple syrup tins.
There's some pretty neatly laid out stuff, buddy. There's a couple things you might like, but there's at least one I gotta ask about.
It looks like a club.
It is a club. It's for clubbing, not like clubbing. It's about my height, eh? I like it. What are you guys thinking on this?
What do you think?
I was thinking 30.
You know what? 30 is a little high for me, but I'm building a pile. We're making deals, right?
Go ahead.
Perfect.
In the pile.
Well, I like this piece here. It's an old scissor lamp from the 1950s.
Yes.
These little grease, but it'll fold up, and it's all adjustable, and you mount it to the wall. It's just a little small thing, so I think I'm gonna put it in a pile.
Put in a
See how that
pile.
Put in a
goes.
pile, sure.
So we've got some old safety glasses here.
You look very safe. Yeah?
Yes.
They are. They keep the flies out on the sides here. They got the nice mesh on them.
I think they're awesome. I can't even see half your face. They're
Usually
great.
That's
I think they're pile worthy though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ich glaube, die wollen alles für nix.
They were talking a lot in German. I had no idea what they were saying, but I think it was give these guys some uber awesome deals today.
It must have been.
An old locker. It's got some age to it. I like it. I like the grill on the front.
Oh, yeah.
1950s.
It could have been from a swimming pool.
Yeah, the vents would make sense if you want to dry your bathing suit
Dry
and
your
that kind of
towels
stuff.
and your bathing suit.
Well, it's got a nice look to it, and it's in decent shape. How much do you want out of it?
$40.
I'll take it for $40, and it's right by the door already. That makes it simple. And again, another smooth deal.
I think that was a transport box for pigeons.
Oh, for carrying pigeons.
Yeah, it was recycled from the chain company.
Here says Columbus Chain. Well, how much do you want for it?
40. It was my lucky number the last time.
I think it's my lucky number too. The magic price of the day is gonna be $40. Done. Bam Bam, you're buried. Where are you?
I'm just about to go do some yard work, buddy. I'm gonna have to start earning my keep out here on the farm. So you guys have a ton of these.
Beautiful old size with solid oak handles, and they probably date back to 1890. And that was how people cut the hay.
I know some motorcycle enthusiasts that really love these just hanging on a wall. How much do you gotta have if I wanted a couple of these?
You know what? $15 each.
15 each? You just sold 2!
Good.
Woo!
Bam Bam macht eine Menge K.
Yeah, sicher.
Das sold.
What do we got here?
Those are doors and frames for chimney cupboards. They started the chimney on top here.
That's right.
That's why those houses burned down sooner or later.
Yeah. How much do you want?
40 each for those two.
$40 each? Deal. $40 each again.
It's one of your Blue Street cabinets.
That's always kind of nice to see. This is from the 1960s. Would have been in an old auto shop. Eleanor,
I would like $50 for that.
$50?
Yes.
I bet you if I asked Hans, it would have been 40, but 50 is reasonable, so I'll take it for 50.
Okay, that's good.
That's a sweet deal. I got a pretty big pile of furniture going.
All right, well, if you've got your deals, I say it's time to start lifting.
Let's make a pile.
Let's do it. Man, looks like we got uber good deals today.
We did.
There's a lot of really great stuff here. I ended up finding a great certificate for the pilot from the RCAF. $20,
Yes.
$15 each on the old farm
The
implements.
size.
So that's 50, okay? Now, for the rest of it, which is the smoking stand, a couple of hatchets, a daily driver, and just an old guy on the walking stick, I'd come in at a total for everything of $150. How you feeling?
That's okay.
Yeah! Thank you. I told you, man. Uber good deals. What do you got, buddy?
We got the nice box here for carrier pigeons. $40.
Magic number.
The old locker beside it, $40. We got 2 chimney cover doors,
How much, Marty?
$40 each. 4 circus posters, $30. And I got the larger cardboard one here for $15. $85 for the Coke cooler here. We got the 4 apothecary jars, $50. And we got $60 on the card catalog and the patch.
Yep.
And hiding underneath this here, 50 is very fair on the Blue Street cabinet. Because the deals were happening so fast and so awesome in there, I only had 2 things left to negotiate. And that was just the scissor lamp and the safety goggles. So I'm thinking an uber cool $20 for the scissor lamp and the safety goggles.
It's okay.
There you go.
Deal! Thank you
Man,
very much.
it's pretty rare that you get to go out on the back roads of cottage country, like the real back roads, dead-end dirt road, and have such a multicultural experience. How amazing was that?
Wonderful!
If we had starts, we'd be smashing them and drinking them.
That was so much fun. I love that place. I love that couple.
The people we meet up here they're different, you know what I mean? They're just happier. Oh, such good deals, man.
Oh, the prices are great. I loved Hans's magic number of 40 once we got rolling on the big stuff.
You know what the coolest thing is?
What's that?
Hans met Eleanor, and for the first time he's been here and he's meeting someone, and he's not Han Solo. I really do have to Hans it to them, though. They were a great couple. Hans down, the nicest people at the end of that road.
Keep your Hans on the wheel, Bam Bam.
Marty, but at least your hair looks good. As per usual, using the Lombardi rule of 15 minutes fashionably late is Marty Gable.
I think just being out in cottage country on the back roads is just a little too relaxing. And I don't feel the need to really rush out the door like I do when I'm back home working.
I don't think you rush ever.
Enough out of you already. We're on our way now. We're going to see a couple named Linda and Dan. They live on a giant farm. And they're antique collectors. They've got a lot of stuff. They scour all of their property inside and out.
I'm in, let's go. There's always gonna be old stuff, and hopefully we can find stuff that we don't find back home. We're looking for the stuff that they think is junk that we know is treasure. Hello there.
Hey,
This is quite the place.
thank you.
I think I just read a storybook with a picture of this place in it. This is a gorgeous house you've got here. I mean, how old is this property and the house on it?
The house is one of the oldest in the area. It's built in about 1860. The original farmhouse is on the front here. And then the back part is a log house. We moved here. It's probably built in the early 1800s.
Wow.
101.34 acres.
Wow.
I found this farm in the newspaper, looking at the classified ads for yard sales, and got a viewing and fell in love with it. We have trails throughout the property and about 70 acres of maple bush.
Oh, nice.
We've got dogs, cats, horses,
Chickens, peacock.
we've got Larry the pig.
Where's all your antiques?
We actually have another building up on the corner here. It's an original one-room schoolhouse.
Oh, really? How old is that?
It's built in 1896, and I believe it ran till the early 50s.
Wow. So, we're off to school. I'm looking forward to school for the first time. Let's go. Oh, man. Let's do
Let's
it.
do it.
Go ahead, go on in.
Going on in. Holy Moses.
Oh, amazing.
Man, this place is packed.
The old map right on the wall?
Man, that looks super old.
And is that the old slate chalkboard underneath it?
Yeah, the original chalkboards and the raised platform where the teacher used to stand.
Oh, that's so cool.
This is the original register for 1926. The students that were here, there weren't that many, maybe 12. Harvest season, nobody's at school. The dead of winter, nobody here.
So I think all those stories about walking 5 miles to school in the snow and stuff was a lie. So was the old map, like both, there's one in the corner too, were both maps on the wall when you came
They
in?
were not. Actually, I had a lady come in. The maps were stolen out of here.
Really?
Probably in the 60s. And she was redoing her boathouse down by the lake. And she found the maps out of here. And she brought them over and gave them to me.
No way.
How amazing is that?
Yeah, it was so nice of her.
Great. All right, so do we just dive right in?
Sure. Are you a sewer?
No, but it's a neat little box.
Sure is. Look at how it all fits together.
That's really cool.
Oh, sewing attachments.
Cool box.
Cool, yeah. Okay,
Can I ask you about this piece here?
I got that from an old cottage. That's got to be a late 1800 piece.
Well, it's an interesting piece. It looks like just a small, narrow cupboard.
Nice old cast hardware. Nice hand-cut dovetail.
Makes me wonder if this was like a built-in almost.
Probably homemade by a craftsman, but probably just for a specific use or need.
Right. It's just oozing with character. It's made from the turn of the century. It's not something you see every day. Vintage storage is always in demand. If I can get this for the right price, I could turn it around for a good profit. How much do you want for this piece here?
I have to get $5.50 for it.
I mean, it is unique, and it's rock solid, but $5.50 is the retail price for me. So I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
I have a question.
Sure, you have to use the washroom, sir?
No, not yet, ma'am, but thank you. I actually had a couple of things I found. Primitive old chair. I tested it out. It still holds me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the dunce chair.
Don't be so impressed. Now, this is a great chair. Really, really primitive. It's got a great look.
Handmade again.
It's really, really rough and rustic, but it's still a pretty solid chair. Now, I have another half at home. I can't just buy a seat for myself. That'd be ridiculous. So I found the convertible of stools. So I've seen chairs like this, and I've seen metal stools, but I've never seen it with the back flip up like that.
That's probably, I'm gonna say in the 40s, kitchen stool. They would have folded it down, tuck it underneath the work surface.
What would you have to have for the pair oak chairs?
Maybe 1 1/4 for the pair.
Maybe 1 1/4 for the pair?
That would be good, yeah.
100 1/4
It would be.
is a little retail-y. And part of what I do is not pay retail. I'll come back at you with a counter. How about 75 for the pair?
And which one did you want for 75?
The pair of them for 75. You see, they're conjoined. Used to be a lot more common back then. And I don't have the medical skills to separate these chairs.
They're not very good at math, neither one of them. I don't think they spent a lot of time in the class, probably.
You know what? I'm gonna leave it at an offer of 75 for now, and I'm gonna try and add to it as a pile.
Okay.
It was very obvious that they knew what they had and they knew what it was worth. And it didn't really feel like we were gonna get many deals today. So this piece here caught my eye. It makes a great display cabinet.
It was out of a bake shop.
20s, 30s?
Yeah,
maybe?
it's gonna be,
Definitely
like that.
homemade, though.
how much do you want out of this one?
I paid $3.50 for it. I bought it for my girls to use in their cafe.
$3.50 is a retail price on something like
Is it?
this.
Yeah.
It is. Obviously, I have to make some money on it. I want to double my money on it. I want to pay $150 for it.
We'll give it some thought.
You give it some thought?
Sure.
All right. They need to think about it.
Hey guys, I know you got a horse farm, so this probably means very little to you.
That's right.
These signs are really unique and super rare and can pull in some big bucks.
Pink is a big name around here,
Okay.
and that was their farm sign.
It's a great sign. It's got a lot of wear on it. So, what do you want out of this?
200.
All right. I like the name. I like this stuff. And this stuff's really popular, super collectible, any of this Holstein stuff. I'd probably be in at about $100.
I'll have to think about that one.
They're gonna think about it.
Well, Dan, I got a little pile going here. I've had a couple magazines here. There's a whole box full, but I just like that the covers are mostly there, basically.
nice.
A little bit racy, right? Almost kind of pin-uppy. This is a nice West German vase from the 1960s.
Okay, yeah.
It's got the textured pattern here. They call that fat lava. The meat grinder.
That is kind of...
I would pay $25 for that.
Let me think about that, okay?
They need to think about it. Okay, so where are we then on the couple magazines,
Well,
the
Hubby,
rack, and the vase?
You go ahead and start adding.
Okay, $20.
How about 30?
I'll give you 30 for this pile if you give me this for 25.
It's a maybe, a definite maybe.
Okay, she's thinking long and hard. They need to think about it.
They're gonna think about it. Do you think they thought about it? Baby's first hatchet. That was some guy who's sitting there and his son's like trying to grab his axe or his hatchet, and he's like, just give me 10 minutes. Here's your own, go play.
Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, but it was hand forged, but it's still cool.
Super cool. What do you want, like $1 or $2 for this guy?
Give me 10, you can have it.
I'll give you 5, or you can keep it.
Let's bury the hatchet.
Yeah, let's bury the hatchet. Balls rolling.
There you go.
Now we're talking.
I pulled out a few bottles here.
Medicine bottles?
This one here says Red Cross.
Yeah.
It's got a measuring device on the side here. This one here says Loffer's Pharmacy and Port Credit. So that's kind of nice. It's got some history behind it. Then we've got the beef, wine, and iron. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to drink this or pour it on myself.
How's $10 for the lot?
$10 for the lot, I'll take it, for sure. Deal.
I got some math I can throw at you really quickly.
Okay.
I offered 100 on the sign and 75 on the chairs. I can come up a little bit on my offer. Instead of 180 total, I'll come up to 200 on that file. So are we gonna do 200 for that package?
Take it away.
I like it. Deal. Da-da-da-da. That's the first time I've ever done well in school.
While you're thinking about the piece on the bottom here, let's talk about this up here real quick. It's a nice little pine shell of a little cupboard that you could put the glass back into.
You know, I think this might have been a pie safe.
That's what I thought were inside the house. Again, I like the color on it. It's nice and raw. How much do you want out of this?
I'd need about 125 for that.
125 is a little too much for something like this, because there's a lot of work that has to be put back in it before I can even do anything with it, right? I pay 75 for it.
I think I'd sell it to you for 75.
All right, we made a deal for 75. Woo-hoo! All right, she didn't have to think too long, and then she accepted it. I got a deal out of Linda. While everybody's still smiling, let me ask you about a couple things over here. You've got a couple nice paintings here. This one's from 1957.
That's an oil on canvas.
Yeah, it is an oil on canvas with a nice gold gilt frame on it. And then we've got this one next to it here, which is an oil on board with a nice old frame.
I have a bit of a cow fetish, I will admit.
I wouldn't admit that to anybody. I've heard of shoe fetishes with women, but never a cow fetish. What exactly is a cow fetish?
I'm pretty sure it's a rash.
How much do you want for the pair of these?
$350.
$350. Which museum did these come out of?
Museum of Linda.
Oh, okay. I would give you 175, and that's it.
I'll come up to 2 1/4.
Yeah.
They're well worth
I like them, but I don't like them that much. That's a little steep because they're not known artists. They're not very old. They were both done in the 1950s, and the only thing they had going for them was the subject matter.
I feel like the recess bell around here might be broken. This is the longest I've been confined to a school zone. You've got a bit of a deal going. You've got something already done, right?
Yep.
And I've got some great deals going. What do you guys think? Recess?
School's out.
All right.
For negotiations. So bring it all outside and see if I can get a better deal.
Got a couple of really, really unique chairs. And I ended up getting both the chairs. This one with the rolling back so it slides under the workstation. The baby hatchet, a great, great keychain, and the pink farms, which is apparently localed up here. So that's really, really cool. As far as I'm concerned, I think I passed. $200 for the lot. Thank you both. Thank you both so much. Marty, how'd you do in school today?
I'm being kept after class. Okay, we've already agreed on this piece here for $75. So that's gonna leave us with the glass door cupboard down here, this tall cupboard in front of me, the 2 oil paintings, and then these 2 small pieces and the 2 magazines. You were sitting at about $800. I was thinking more around $500.
Oh. How about $650?
We can cut it right down the middle and do $575. And you throw in those couple small pieces right here.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, we got a deal? That's awesome, thank you.
Awesome. Well, let's
glad
get
to
off
have
school
you.
property.
That was a long, grueling exam. I think I passed. I think my favorite teacher wasn't even my teacher. She was just this beautiful woman who taught phys ed, and I really wanted to be in her class, but I just couldn't make the schedule.
You were too busy in the chess club for that, or what?
Now I was too busy playing on the football team and being a rock star.
Oh, for sure.
Today we were put to the test. I think we did it all right.
Yeah.
I'm giving you an A+.
Hey.
You're gonna get some smoking deals out of it.
I was worried. I thought you were going to be in detention all night.
Yeah,
But
no.
you came out a winner. You might be the teacher's pet.
I fell in love with the schoolhouse immediately. When I saw that map hanging on the wall and the old chalkboard, that's what really makes that experience worthwhile.
So cool. Can you imagine being there with wood stove heat, no electricity at all, learning geography on that map, running out to the outhouse? Oh, I'd be avoiding that. That's scary business. Well, Marty, for you were relatively punctual because it was only like, what, a coffee late?
I'm on time.
You've got a watch? Why are you always late, man?
Because the battery needs to be changed.
Oh, you're kidding me. How long have you had that watch with a dead battery, I gotta know?
Couple weeks.
A couple weeks?
Yeah.
Look at even today. It's supposed to rain today. You don't look prepared.
I got a rain jacket on. Not prepared as you.
You got that's a stylish rain jacket. This is industrial.
You're dressed like my first mate, and I'm the skipper.
Well, it's a good thing we're going to a whole yard full of boats, right? So we're going to this boat yard.
Yeah, well, it sounds basically like a salvage yard for boats.
We're gonna have to think outside the box as to stuff we're gonna want.
And I love the water so much. It's gonna
Oh.
be very tempting to buy a boat if there's any for sale.
One of these times you're leaving with a boat. Oh, man.
Holy smokes!
Oh, hi.
Hi,
Hello.
how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Hi, I'm Bam Bam.
I'm Nancy.
Nice to meet you,
Marty.
Nancy.
Hi, Marty. Nice to meet you too.
Who's this little fella?
That's our security. That's Jagger.
When we walked into the boat yard, we were greeted by security in the amount of 3.3 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
of cuteness.
This is a sea of boats. Usually it's boats in the sea. You see how it's different?
Yeah. Well, my first mate here came prepared for
I see you
monsoon
did.
season.
You
I
did.
think.
Looks like a sailor.
Do you see Mother Nature today? Tell her we are through. She sent me a clear message. Rain today.
You know, Gilligan, look, it's SS Minnow.
So what do you guys do? You guys sell boat parts? Do you buy boats from people?
You'll see driving through these country roads, there's boats abandoned all over the place in people's
Yeah.
yards. They don't know what to do with them. This is where they can bring them.
Our company, Kawartha Marine's been in business for about 10 years now. We're a boat salvaging company. We bring in boats, we strip a lot of parts off, sell the parts that people need, as well as whole boats occasionally if they're in decent shape.
So, do you do any restoration of the boats?
We prefer to leave that up to the customers to do because we're so busy selling boat parts. We don't have a lot of time to do restoration work. This is a great place to get some good deals on somebody that wants to do some restoration work.
Nice. When we're out here, we're always looking to get a great deal and find, the Backroad Bounty. But we've got to learn stuff. This is part of what we do. We get out there and we jump in with both feet. Get any gems, any cool boats and stuff that come in?
All kinds. I've got some real antique stuff over here in the corner.
Well, have you got a minute to take us for a quick tour?
Absolutely.
Let's do
All right,
it.
let's do it. Okay, so here's one of the gems I was telling you about. It is exceptionally rare, which is a 1968 Evinrude tri-hull.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Tri-hulls make for a pretty nice ride on the water.
Nice.
It's a real nice collector piece because it has all its original parts. So to a collector who's going to restore a boat like this,
Yeah.
that's a big savings in time.
Oh, for
Right.
sure it is. Boat number 1 was really, really sweet. Stood out right across the lot. This Evinrude had style for days. So what does a boat like this go for?
Well, it's going to be somewhere in between 3,500 and 4,000. Now, fixed up, somebody's going to get 8 to 10 for this boat.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
just not a lot of these around. And one of the things that really makes it rare is the motor in the back is actually installed from an outboard motor.
Oh, really?
I can show you that.
Yeah,
I'd
for
like
sure.
to see that. It sounds like an interesting setup.
It's very, very neat. It's actually an 80 to
Whoa.
90 power head from an outboard motor put into an inboard concept, which is very, very neat.
If we want to buy a boat here today, it's either going to be something we want to own for ourselves or we've got a buyer lined up.
That's a sweet old boat.
It
What
is.
what else do you got kicking around out here?
Let's take a look over here. I'll show you a couple more vintage boats that we have sitting over here.
All
Nice.
And they're also collector items. Over here is the Aristocraft.
So this is it. This is your aristocrat.
This
Not
is the
aristocrat.
Aristocraft. This is 74.
He didn't have to tell me that boat was from '74. It has '70s written all over it. I just see a guy wearing like a really bad Speedo from a '70s Eaton's catalog with a pair of sunglasses on like this.
It's a Model 19.
So it's a 19-footer.
Yes, and this was one of their mini series, and there's guys that actually own the whole series of boats.
Really?
Oh, really?
It looks so cool. It's like something from the Jetsons with these back seats.
I was just gonna say that. I fell in love with that thing instantly with the hard top and the bubble windshield on it. If the Jetsons weren't in outer space, this would be their boat.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure it would.
The neat thing about this, it's like your old convertible cars where you could take the top off. This whole part slides back
Yeah, you can see the
and it's
track.
totally removable.
And it looks like it's in good shape too. So where did you find this guy?
It's not bad at all. This was sitting in a boathouse. A gentleman had passed away, and his wife had asked me to remove it for them. So
Yeah.
we spent about 2 days there. His boathouse was rather full
Oh,
and
no.
hard to move in.
Yeah.
So we had to take the boat off the hoist, put it in the water, oar it around, bring it onto a trailer, and do all that good stuff.
Nice. Does this one run as well?
They all run.
Okay.
They're all gonna need their little tune-ups.
How much are you looking to sell this for?
This boat here would start at 5. To a guy that's gonna put this in his collection once
Yeah.
it's restored, it's worth 15 or 20.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely see the beauty of this boat.
Yeah, the more I look at it, the more I like it for myself. So
There you go.
show us another boat.
I think you're buying it. Here's another gem in the works. This is a 1974 Crestliner. It's all original. Again, it being complete is one of the biggest things of all because people don't really want to look for parts for something like this.
Yeah.
Right.
They want to put it together fast and use it.
And use it fast.
Find another one of these right now, there's not very many around. You can't have them made, right? When a boat like this was manufactured, it was made to last, it was made solid.
It's nice sometimes to have something that you know some heart and soul went into.
Well, this one's a lot of fun too. I really like it. What's the price on this boat?
Well, this one here, I could let go out the door the way it sits for about 2,000. A little bit of cleanup and repair, and you could easily flip this for 4 or 5.
Yeah, it needs a new windshield and a little bit of tuning up and things like that. But all the parts were there. The turquoise was great. For somebody who wants to restore that, the template's there. All they've got to do is reupholster it, clean it up, and it's ready to go. Definitely something to think about.
So you're pulling parts off, you're finding goodies in boats. Where's all that stuff?
Well, let's go show you.
Deal. This way?
That away.
I'm on it.
Most of the gold and stuff is on the inside here.
Holy cow, that's a lot of boat parts.
Man, you gotta give him props for his props.
I know. We got the prop tower.
The prop tower.
There are towers everywhere full of props.
You've got everything. And this is all coming in, a lot of it's off of salvage stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's great, man.
So is there anything cool in here that we can buy? Because I see a bit of everything.
Everything's for sale.
Awesome.
Marty, right in front of you, buddy.
I know. This caught my eye right away. 2 parts for here, right? This is a swim bench?
That's a swim platform off a boat, yeah.
That's all solid teak.
That's solid teak.
That's built to last and be weathered and sanded down and refinished over and over and over
Sure,
again, right?
exactly.
When I'm in a place like this, because I'm not in the boat parts business, I gotta think outside the box.
Exactly.
So I look at this and I turn this around and I see it's got all these flush mounts on it. And it's got the heavy duty brackets as well, right?
Yeah.
So I look at this and I think, okay, this would make a really cool shelf on a wall, or you could turn it into a bench or whatever you like. I might be interested in buying it if the price is right.
Typically, it's in about a $300 to $400 swim platform. In that shape, about $300 for somebody to refinish.
Okay. Well, thinking I'm buying it as a project to turn into a piece of furniture or a shelf, I'd pay about $100. That's
100, eh? Yeah, we can do that.
You do $100?
We can do that.
All right, awesome. We made a deal, Bam Bam.
There it is.
For $100 for a slab of teak that big, that's a smoking deal. Well, hang on a second, Brad. I see something over here. So, some guy wasn't sure if he was a captain or if he was a conductor. What are you doing with an old train lantern in here?
Well, that's kind of a funny story. This came from a boathouse. We talk about collectors.
Right.
Collectors don't just collect boat stuff sometimes. They collect everything.
Right.
And this was hanging in a guy's boathouse. Now, it's been wired for 110.
Oh, okay.
The old light hanging on the back of a caboose would have normally had a candle in it to light the glass.
Yeah.
It is neat.
Yeah, it's a nice looking piece.
Surprised you didn't find it earlier, because it's so common in a boatyard is the caboose light. Like,
Right.
come on. They just go together like peanut butter and squirrels.
Well, we just changed gears altogether there. I'm gonna ask you for a price on it just because it's cool.
Well, we've seen them online for $250.
Okay.
But for you, we'll start at $175.
It's a nice looking lantern, but because the original burner in the bottom is gone,
Okay.
it's no longer a real railroad collectible. Now it's a man cave piece.
Sure.
So
So what are you thinking?
well, I've already spent $100 on the swim deck. I'll give you $100 on this.
Done.
Done deal? Great, awesome. It's got all the lenses on it. It's a CNR piece. It's electrified. It's ready to go in a man cave. So for $100, I got another great deal today.
So Marty, I found some stuff over here. I don't know if you own any, but I've got some brass props. So how much do you usually get for brass props around here?
Well, the brass and bronze props typically on a big boat are worth anywhere from $800 to $1,000. So
Wow.
they're not a cheap item.
Do people actually come here and spend that money, or is that something you've heard about?
Yeah, no, I sold 2 props like that just a couple of weeks ago for $1,000 for the pair.
Wow. At the end of the day, neither of us are from a very boaty community. We're not on a lake, and it costs a lot of money to have a boat. That's a very expensive hobby. It's good to come here and learn a ton of stuff, and it's great to come here and be able to find a couple things that, you know, we can take and repurpose and possibly resell. This has been a really, really neat day. I came a little overdressed. I knew we might be on a boat, and I was thinking there's gonna be a lot more water involved, but I guess I was wrong.
Well, I got a couple great pieces here today. I got the really nice swim deck, and then something I totally didn't expect to find, which is the old caboose lantern. So I'm really happy with how it all turned out. We saw some awesome boats, something to think about. Maybe come back shopping in the fall.
We have some rarities.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
come on back.
Awesome. Well, thank
Okay.
you so much for having
You're
us.
quite welcome.
Thanks for showing us around. We learned a
Okay,
lot
gentlemen.
today.
Yeah, let's
Good
go.
stuff.
Okay, can you leave the hat already? It stopped raining 20 minutes ago.
Never know when it'll flare up again. Mother Nature and I are on the outs right now. I'm kind of surprised you didn't make an impulse purchase on a boat. Brett had a few really cool looking old boats. I saw love in your eye.
Oh, I don't know. I was really tempted to pull the trigger on the Aristocrat as is, but I think I'd rather buy one right out of the water.
Yeah, for sure.
But they're really nice to look at. You're absolutely right about thinking outside the box. That's why I got the swim bench, because I thought, okay, this is either gonna be a really cool shelf or it's gonna be a bench. All I have to do is sand that down and oil it, and it's good to go.
What a good deal, too.
I know, the wood alone is worth more than that.
But next time, you're buying a boat.
Next time, you're wearing some real clothes. Hey!
How you doing,
You
fella?
decided to show up.
I did.
You're 20 minutes late.
Oh, 18 minutes late. But I like that you noticed. Were you waiting?
Yes, I was waiting. I'm busy.
I'm on Marty time today. I set my pocket watch 18 minutes late, and I figured, you know what? Now we'll meet there on time all the time.
So that's the way it's gonna work?
I'm learning to adapt. So how are things, man?
Good, I'm busy. Just going through a few things. I've got some old poison bottle labels that have never been used.
Oh, that's cool.
I can put them on some old bottles, so.
That's awesome. So do you remember that pink farm sign that I got from Linda? It had a Holstein on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a great sign.
Oh, from the old schoolhouse.
Yeah, and I
Right.
thought I'd have a buyer for it, but during my travels, I actually ended up on the original farm that sign came from.
Oh, really?
And as soon as that family found out I had that sign, they wanted it, and I felt like I had to do the right thing, and I gave it to them at cost, just to get that sign back to the original farm. Because you and I both know if we had an old spot and that sign came past, you have to have it.
Yeah, and you pay good money to get it.
Yeah, oh
Can you
yeah.
Imagine?
Yeah, so I did it, and I'm hoping this is gonna be a karma situation. So I'm out on the hunt today, hoping that, you know, something's gonna fall into my lap. We'll see what happens.
Well, the thing about karma is you can't expect it. You just do it.
Really?
You just do it out of the goodness of your heart.
No, I did that out of the intent to get karma.
Okay. Well, it hopefully works out for you. Remember Brett and Nancy, the boatyard we went to? The train lantern?
That's right.
The one that was electrified, that was actually in a boathouse. I paid
good
him
money.
$100
Oh, that's
for
not
it.
bad. That's good money, though.
Yeah, I figured it would end up in a man cave. And I sold it for double my money, $200, same day, didn't even get it out of my car, basically.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome, buddy. That's the dream, right? No storage, no moving it around all the time, no
Yeah.
advertising it, just out the door,
I didn't even
gone.
touch it. It was just in and out, $100 profit in my pocket.
Perfect.
Gone,
Well
yeah.
played, buddy. Well
Yeah.
played. That's awesome.